So do we want it to be that high? Because I think that's not too bad. And that means the walls aren't going to sort of overpower everything else. I think it looks alright. So this is when we do want to... We don't want that to be a wall. We want this to be sort of our own blocks now. And what we also want to do is not go for the darker brick. But in fact, what we should do is have the floor layer be a brighter color. That's not brighter. What the hell? Way darker. Well, not darker, just very similar. There we go. It's still not great, but I think it will do. What are you doing now, Merv? Well, now he's trying to chew my bed to pieces. Well, that's not good. Okay, well, we'll leave it for now. Let him do what he wants. Okay, that's where the ladder goes through. And we can also put a doorway there, there, and there if we want to do so. So I think the wall... Is it going to be that high? I don't know. Maybe it should be this high instead. But that's a really small wall now that I think about it. Which is kind of why I want to make the tower slightly bigger. Then I also think that's kind of a tall wall. I wonder if I can have a staircase going down. That might be kind of neat. We will think about it. We can also just add a wall. We can add a roof to this if we wanted to, using the game's functionality. Which, if we go to here and stone. Of course, I think we... No, there we go. So we can do it, and the game will allow that. Although it looks a bit buggy here for some reason. What's going on there? The generation sort of screws up a little bit as it gets to that point. So I suppose we are going to ignore that. And instead, just do it ourselves. Which I'm okay with. I'm really thinking just a, traditional stone tower. Nothing too crazy. So let's stick it out by 1 block. And we're probably going to have some level of reinforcement as well. Going underneath. So something like maybe 2 blocks in the corners. And 1 block everywhere else. Or something like this. There we go. And then we switch to a slightly darker color for the second layer. And I'm kind of thinking about making this 2 blocks thick. So like this. Not bad, not bad. And then we can go for sort of this kind of effect. Very simple. Sort of what I'm going for here. Doesn't show off too much. But how do we add more to the base to make it look a little bit more interesting? I would have said sort of cut through the middle maybe to add a little bit more. Or maybe have the bottom section here maybe start going down somewhat. I'm trying to select it, but it's not working. There we go. So maybe do something like this all of a sudden. I don't know how that will interfere with doorways, but we can always get rid of it for certain towers. I'm just trying to make sort of a base template, really. Down here seems to have changed color. I think I clicked accidentally. We'll change that over to its original color. It's really hard to get a good idea for what this is going to look like. It just seems too large. Or disproportionate, maybe? I feel like it needs to be 1 block taller for its sort of width. Maybe it just looks weird because there's no walls connected to it. We can also add the roof that I did think about earlier. And it could just be a wooden roof if we wanted. So maybe we can have the wooden pillars up here. We should probably go for this color because this is sort of the traditional one that we go for. So maybe just something as simple as this. want to go for something a bit different. I kind of want to add some flower beds to it as well, to once again go for its sort of nicer aesthetic. We could even add a lighter block, maybe, in places. Merv, you're continuing to destroy and ruin everything. Just tries to throw things on the floor, I've noticed. We still want to go for a wooden roof. I'm sort of wondering if I can just do something with this, now that I think about it. I wonder if I can... No, I don't think I can do that. I was thinking, if I made this into a floor... Would it allow me to have this as a roof? No, okay, it doesn't work like that. Just curious. Wanted to find out if I could get anything crazy out of it. Mostly just the kind of roof that I want from this. I mean, I'm just sort of thinking... just pointed. But I don't know if I want to go for the sort of traditional... I mean, if we peek in for the first bit... as such... and the middle sort of slowly follows through in comparison to the rest of it. So we ignore it, that section again. And we go in here. I don't know if this color is the right color, but oh well. And then we keep going up like that. Something seems odd. What have I done? Have I misclicked somewhere, or... No. I thought I put them in, but I guess not. I wasn't paying attention or something. These corner blocks. I was going insane for a moment there, I believe. Alright, there we go. So we're starting to go for... See, that looks quite interesting. I quite like that. We keep following it. Just a case of, I can't remember... how I connect this up. I think it pretty much just keeps peaking from this point on. So we are sort of now going for that pointed roof, which I do think is a nicer look for this town. But I want to change the colors slightly for the roof type. Not to mention maybe make the base pillars a little bit thicker maybe. Now we just do this. I'm wondering if I keep going up by 1 block, or if I sort of start changing to 2 blocks to give it a bit more of a peak. I don't think I will do that. I don't think it's going to make the... It's not going to look good in this scenario. I think if it was maybe stone, it might look a bit better. But I think it being stone would be bad anyway for the particular design that we're going for. But I think having it... well, giving a roof... might make it look nicer because it's a larger structure. I think it's going to look bland. I think that's the main problem I'm going to have with it. I'm trying to think of what I could do to add a bit more color. Like maybe this section should be made out of a slightly different shade. So something like this. And then maybe it should go over it. Like that. That might look quite nice. Also adds a bit more shape to the roof. Okay, then. The only problem we have is this bit's kind of flat. Maybe we should poke it out a little bit more. Maybe we can have this underneath it. It does that. Maybe it corners it off like this. Throw my clothing everywhere again. Doesn't give me a break. Stop it. Rainbow of a distraction. I think I can get rid of the first 4 here, maybe. Oh, we missed a bit. Maybe the first 2. Yeah, maybe the 2 will be fine, just because it changes color there. So maybe there's a, maybe it has a makes sense a little bit more with the color change. Still got to get the base sorted out, but that's if I even like the roof, and I'm not really liking it, to be honest. It sticks out by too much. It's a once again a size problem. Go away, pirate! I can't be bothered to deal with your sodding shit. Yeah, this roof looks weird. It looks very weird. So we want to keep it there as an idea, or do I just want a different roof, if one at all, of course? I could just go for sort of normal cross roof, but I kind of needed a peak like this. Is it because the stones look a bit small, maybe? So if we switch to the stone, maybe this one and this one could change color. And maybe the tops can change color. And then maybe we can change this to the darker variant that we are using to sort of split everything apart a little bit. So which, was it this one? Yeah. Alright, there we go. So keep the roof there for a minute. If we were to put in some windows, if I wanted to have them, which I'm kind of questioning now. I think if I were to have them, it's going to be these diamond-shaped windows. That one's not in the right space, right place. Once again, really hard to see with this kind of transparency. I don't know why it goes transparent like this whenever you try and put windows in, but it does. The game is slowing down now. Too many blocks in this tower, maybe. So let's say we got something like this. What we can do is work around the edges to sort of fortify the windows, sort of. So let's say we switch to, I think I'm going to stick with the color that's already connected up there, in fact, which I think is this lighter color. There we go, yeah. And then we just go down by 2 blocks and surround the window again. Not what I wanted to click at all. And then we just go up like this. Gonna add more decoration. I think it's too bright though. Yeah, it is far too bright. We need to change this bit to a slightly different color. Really unsure about this. I didn't feel like the tower would be so much effort. Maybe having a block apart. I think this is too... Maybe something like this. Yeah, maybe. Then we have a flower bed there and there, maybe, or one there and there. We were to emulate that onto all the sides. feel like I had less trouble building that ship. I mean, it's not true, but I feel less confident building this tower for some reason. I think it's because its proportions are off in my mind. And I'm trying to work around that. And we need it on this side. We'll end up getting rid of a lot of these decorations to suit where we want to have certain doors and windows for when we change direction. But that's fine. As long as we can get the sort of base down, that means we don't have to sort of keep rebuilding it for every location, which would be extremely tedious. But let's say we have this for now. It's not bad when you add these windows. Now if we go ahead and grab... You want a flag? We need a flag. One there and there. Or maybe some here and here. I think the flags are excessive. I think with the amount of them, it may be considered so. Also, maybe we want to use these instead to keep the base up. I don't know. The flower beds, though, we will sort of throw in. So one right there, one right here. Very nice. And maybe the top as well. One right there. Yeah, it looks quite nice with the... There we go. Although one of them I did put in incorrectly, which I think was that one. Why does it now not become transparent? That's really weird. No way, we have a blue one there, pink one there, pink one there. What's on the other side? Another pink one. Okay, we'll put another blue one here. There we go. And I'm thinking maybe this should be lowered. Just the back part. Or maybe we do that. Yeah, that's quite nice. And we will place... Is that block that we're using? No. No, it's the slightly brighter one, I think. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit nicer. Okay, another look at this roof. How do I feel about it? Still unsure. I think maybe this bit that we added is causing more issues than it's solving. Maybe. Or it's a case that we need to follow everything through with what we're doing here. Or maybe just the corners. Trying to sort of round it off a bit more. That seems to have helped to an extent. Just looks too much. It really does. It is just too much. I can't. It looks weird. Too much of a roof. Maybe it just needs to be flattened off at like here or something. No, that still looks like too much. Bloody hell, it's going to be a pain to get rid of. I'm thinking of flattening it off, or making it flat there, or maybe keeping that as sort of just a nice addition. See, this seems fine. I don't mind that. That seems quite nice, in fact. I mean, flattening it off, I think is going to be a bit weird. Or it's going to make it look a bit strange. We can certainly try. Like we just put a plug over it. It's a bit... I think it's better looking like this than what it was before. It looked a bit too intrusive before, I think. But that seems quite nice. I would say. Maybe having the corners be a slightly different color. Bloody bird. Ugh. Can't think. What color did we use? It was this one. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. I think I prefer that. Have we got all the decorations that we need? I think so. And that's just a case of judging how tall the actual towers would be. But for now, let's save it. Let's save the game first. Get rid of that horrible mess. Even looking around that little preview right there looks a little bit strange. Let's get rid of that. Actually, no, we may as well... We want to sport it in so we can get a good idea for what it looks like. We don't need to bother with that anyway, but I want to just sort of see how I feel about this. I think I do like the roof. It makes the tower just seem somewhat unique. Just what I'm going for. I'm trying to step away a little bit from the traditional builds I usually go for. Sodding parrot! Get over here! Oh, I can't think! I'm gonna eat you!